Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin. We are looking at Palantir once again, and what an interesting set of events we have for Palantir. And why I say that is because now you see, if we look at the price, we are now actually down to $17.04 in Palantir, which I'm very curious where the trend price is right now because the price is currently below its 5-day moving average. The 5-day moving average is still above its 20-day moving average, but the price is now below its 20-day moving average. So interesting how quickly this has moved, especially considering what we've seen. We've seen over the past 2 days over 130 million shares traded each of the past 2 days. It looks like volatility is starting to rise again. It continues to rise. It's been telling us. We're now down on the 1-day, the 5-day, and the 15-day. That is an ugly look for Palantir. Now, the reason why I'm still actually relatively bullish is because we still have in the short term, the longer term, and the intermediate term a go long signal. We look here at the trend indicator. We will flip to bearish. We'll have 2 days in a row bearish in the short term. We still will be bullish on the intermediate term and bullish on the longer term. Very positive to see. Now we look here at the rolling sentiment. We do have a falling bear. We have essentially been in a falling bear. I know this means nothing to you, but it does mean something to me. And essentially it means that there is more bullishness or there's more bearishness in the stock than there's bullishness, which you wouldn't be surprised by because of the type of moves that we've seen. Now we do want to look at these Palantir trading signals just to see what we have. We do see a coming falling bear. We do currently have a multiple of a key 3 that'll be popping tomorrow. That'll be 2 of them. I do feel like you're going to want to look at this from a short perspective, not necessarily that long term at short, because when we look at this chart for Palantir, we can see that the weekly has been fantastic. But on the daily here, it does look like something has changed significantly. I loved the price action yesterday because I thought this long wick that we saw was a really good sign of bullishness. Maybe today was the sign that we were looking for. The low, it looks like it's $16 that we should respect. Right now, the low, it looks like it hit 16.10. It closed at 17.04. We might be in a really good spot, but for right now, if we look at the daily sentiment indicator, things are still getting a little bit worse. If we look at it on the weekly, things are still getting worse. We go ahead and look at the actual trade volume. The volume actually has picked up quite a bit. You can see this is the 142 and 138 million shares traded, which are a lot, but do not even compare to the price volume that we've seen back in June and May of this year. We're going to go ahead and look at the volatility. The Palantir volatility is essentially breaking out. It actually might be rolling over. It's essentially been going flatlining nowhere else. But if it started to fall and the price correlation started to fall, that'd be incredibly bullish from a longer term perspective. We'd want to see it going up and sideways. If it starts to roll over and the price correlation goes negative, that would be very positive in the longer term for Palantir. Now, when we look at the trade range, one of the things I actually do appreciate is that it's very much right in the middle. You can see that when it's hit the middle before, back on July 27th, and then when it was kind of in the middle here on the 6th, or you want to hit the bottom here at the end of June, you usually will get a nice snapback. So going all the way from where we were at 1999 all the way down to 1704, I feel good. I look at the range and it's starting to come up. I see at the range, well, yes, it did have like a little bump and it's starting to come down. It isn't coming down very much. We look at the ultra fast sentiment. We can see that we are still very much above 50%. We're at 56. I would like to see the green, so the bullish, actually jump way above that line, which is the 15-day moving average of bullish and bearishness. You can see on the weekly though, one of the things that is slightly a concern is that we do and have essentially seen, we do continue to see the bearishness overtaking the bullishness. And we've essentially been seeing that ever since it kind of, actually can't believe any of this because this is all bad data because this doesn't actually go all the way through. So we can ignore this completely. We'll just look at what we have on the daily. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is it even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. We send you 25 stocks to your inbox breaking out every single Sunday. I'll talk to you soon.